1. Welcome to my channel. I'm Natty Cash, and we're going to play some Car Mechanic Simulator 2021. I'm very excited about this. If you haven't seen, I went through the tutorial right at the very beginning. Just gives you a quick description of some of the basics of the game. And especially if you're going to be starting a new game, that's kind of the stuff you're going to be going through anyway. But here's the main game. So, welcome, says here, welcome to the Car Mechanic Simulator 2021. This is your new garage. Take a look around and get to know your new workplace. You have at your disposal an old adapted gas station with its surroundings. Complete orders, purchase and renovate cars, and expand your garage. Good luck. So wow, they just kind of unleash you onto the world. So yeah, little old gas station. I don't know if the pumps work still or even if you can click on them. Yeah, that's really, yeah, this is old, kind of little boarded up. Well, not boarded up, but you got some blinds over here. Ooh, a cola machine. Let's see what we got here. We got cola and a lot of other stuff you can't see. Looks like bubbles. Yeah, nice. A nice cola machine, ice machine, classic. I feel like these ice machines are pretty darn classic uh, at most convenience stores and gas stations. So, here it is. This is my place. You break, we fix, auto repair. So, now there's certainly some stuff back here. Let's see. Oh, there's a tow truck. Interesting. So yeah, whenever we have to pick up some old car from a garage. Ooh, we've got a rose here. I wonder if that's someone from the developing company. That's an interesting piece that they put in there. So get gas. But we got lots of spare tires, a little forklift. Wow, this is really. We've got kind of a work site here. I believe this is something that you can unlock. And then also in the back here, kind of this boarded up warehousey type thing. Maybe we can unlock that at some point. Well, anyways, garbage back there. Let's go to the front of the building. Okay, and let's see what we can do. I noticed I instinctively pressed the space bar, but we can't jump, so. Okay, so we're going in. Oh, wow, this is a mess. I've got this old school bus. All of this crap here. Wow, okay. I wonder if, are you able to fix this thing up, or is it just kind of a permanent decor? Oh, classic, classic table right here. Made by tires and some plywood, it looks like. Little table here, you got a phone, some tools. Ooh, and okay, so now you got a nice little tool shed. You got a computer. So for those of you that are not used to this kind of game, basically the idea is that you're going to get an order. You're going to get, you can pick up orders, and at the beginning the orders are going to be fairly simplistic. So it'll be things like maybe changing the oil, or maybe putting on new tires or something like that. But you've got the basic thoughts here. Oh, okay, so interesting. So the one other piece that I don't remember if it was in the base game or not. If you click on a toolbox, this is your kind of leveling up. And so there's different things that you can do here. So move faster by 2%, or ability to fix parts from group 1. There are, certain groups of parts that you can fix. Increase the screwing speed. Interesting. So little things that you can upgrade, cut. Interesting. Very cool. So that it's like a little bit of a tech tree that's part of your toolbox. Anyways, what you need to be doing is you need to take orders So if we look on the phone, you take orders, you bring the car in, and you do whatever work the person asks you. And as you level up, you kind of can get more and more complex orders. And then you can do things like expand your garage. So for example, hey, under construction. I wonder what might go over there. And then maybe I can also get this bus out of here. We can open up a second garage right here. Maybe there's some extra bits I can put in here. You know, there's lots that I could, that you can expand upon. But right now, oh look, our tool shed is kind of gungy. Oh, is that cigarette butts? Wow, that's kind of gross. Anyways, the main thing is let's take an order, see what the person wants, and we go from here. So, looks like we've got 2 orders. So this one is what is called a story order. So it has something where oh, I wonder if okay, I'll probably start with the story order. I'll probably let this one go. But so we have a Luxor Baron. Yeah, I wonder, does this disappear? Yeah, it does. Interesting. Okay, that's good to know. And note that there's going to be more offers to come up as I increase in level, but I've got this one guaranteed job here. So Luxor Baron, 1977, repair with parts of minimum condition. So hi, I was just passing by and I noticed your repair shop. It's good that somebody took care of that old ruined petrol station. Petrol station. They must be from Europe if they've made this. Oh look, there's another job that came up. Wow, okay. Cool. The car that I'm coming with today is quite a recent purchase. It was used on a daily basis. The condition is rather okay. It would be good to check the oil levels and tires. That should be no problem for you. If you manage, then perhaps this won't be our last meeting. See you. So, change oil, and then there's some other tasks there. So I'm going to click this. Okay, we can hit the enter key or click it, take order. So this is our first order. Ooh, it's dirty. Wow, okay. I think it's just dirt, or meant to be dirt. I don't think that's, yeah, because it's on the windows too. I don't think it's meant to be rust. Okay, so what I can do here is, now I don't want to take off pieces here, because I'm in body disassemble mode. What I can do is I can say, okay. Sorry, I'm clicking around when I should be focused. So I'm going to move the car, and I'm going to move it into, right, so there's some garages, or near garage doors, okay, into storing the cars in the parking area. No, I'm going to move it right in. Let's get to work on it, right? It's our first car. We want to make a good impression. All right, so let's get the lifter on here. Perfect. All right. So, what I can do is I can open up this pie wheel and I can look at the car status. Okay, and if I go over here, this is what we need to do. So I was just passing by, right, this is the same description. So changing oil is one of the things we need to do. And then there are other tasks, which means we're going to actually replace, so parts to fix are going to be these. Okay, so what I can do is I'll start with changing the oil, right? That's fairly basic. So let's drain the oil. Okay, right, as it showed in the tutorial, if you watched that video. Again, if you haven't watched that video, I'm going to show you basically how to do that. So you move it from this stand over here underneath the car lift, then you can just click on it and, right, we can just say we're going to use the equipment. So we've drained the oil, okay, and now we can move that equipment back. Back to its original spot. So now it's back over there. So that's pretty simple. Okay, now the one thing that we need to do here is look for the oil filter. Okay, so look, the oil filter's right there. So I'm going to take that off. Okay, so take that part off. Now, I don't have a part to replace that yet. So if I step back and I look at my inventory, I've got this oil filter, V8 oil filter. Okay, so that's an important thing to note, is that I have that, which means I need to then get a replacement, and that's what the computer is for. Now there's lots of pieces in here, and it's, you need to make sure, okay, where am I going when I am looking at each of these spots? The best place to start is just the main shop. If there's any other specifics, I know that I tried the demo of this game, and there's some stuff from the electronics that might come up fairly early, or then if you need to get things from the tire shop. Okay, so here's the shop. Okay, you've got a list of all these different parts. One thing you can do here is then search. So I'm going to search oil filter. Boom, and so you got a list of different oil filters, and note that they each have different numbers, so it's really important you keep track of which ones you need. So out of these, I know that I need this one here. I just need to buy one, so I'm going to buy that one. Okay, so that's all I need at the moment, so I'm going to go back. I should now have, okay, I'm going to go into assemble mode. I should click the suspension first so I can navigate and see what's down here. But I know if I go to part mount mode, there I've got the oil filter. So now I'm going to put the new oil filter. So I see I've got the new oil filter I bought and the old one, and you can tell by the condition level. So 100% compared to 9%. I'm going to put this one on. Look at that. That looks nice and brand new. Perfect. Okay. So that's all that I need to do here. So I'm going to step back from the suspension. I'm going to drop it back down, and I'm going to add some oil. Now, I don't know how well they simulate it here, but I'm going to click on the engine. So I'm going to take this oil fill plug off. Okay, let's add some oil to it. Gook, 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 gook. That's a lovely sound to it. Okay, now I'm going to just stop there, because then I'm going to check the oil dipstick. Oh, look. Okay, so I'm about halfway. They'd probably be happy enough with that. And if you're not sure if they'd be happy enough with that, then what you do is you can always go back to, the car status, and you can see if everything's been checked off. So they actually don't accept that. They probably want the oil to be pretty close to the max. So I'm going to go back to the engine. Okay, and tip in just a little bit more. Don't want to overdo it. Okay. Again, not sure how much they want in here, so I'll just get as close as I can to that max. Perfect! If they're not happy with that, I don't know what else they'd be happy, Okay, anyways, so we've got that. I'm just going to double check if they deem that as good. Yep, perfect. Okay, so there are a lot of other tasks here. Okay, so, look at this. Okay, so there's 3 little things to click here. So there's a few pieces here. Okay, they want me to replace the brake pads. They want me to replace the fuel pump. They want me to replace the round air filter, and then the standard tires. Okay, so now the round air filter should be this item that's right on top. So yeah, round air filter cover. So we can take the cover off. Perfect. And we see, oh yeah, look at all the wear and tear on that. So let's take that out. Perfect. Now, what I can do is that I can also do some of the work on the tires here. I could take them off, and then I could put one big purchase rec into the computer, and then get those started. So, okay, let's take off this part. Now, you notice that there's some kind of rusted bolts in here. That's not good. Okay, and so there's this button here, I can loosen them up. So let's take some WD-40. Let's loosen them up. Now let's see if they're going to come out. Good. Good. So I'll take all these off. Okay, I can take that off. Now it did say, yeah, the brake pads are in poor condition. So let's take the brake caliper off. Okay, and the brake pads. Okay, now it said there's, I believe, in the order. So if I go to the car status, okay, the air filter, 2 of the brake pads. So I'm gonna then look on this side and take this one off here too. So if I try to take this off, well look, there's a couple more rusted bolts on here. Give them some WD-40, and away we go. Man, that air gun, that pneumatic gun is it's a pretty nice sound you got there. Okay, so yes, also this brake caliper is at 14%. Let's take the caliper off. Sorry, the brake pad is at 14%. So then we can take this off. Perfect. All right. So what I can do now is I can then take a look at my inventory. And so I've got all these little bits. I've got this, you know, the brake pad pieces. I've got the tire here as well. So it did say that it wants kind of standard tires, right? So if I go to the tire changer, let's separate these front tires. Okay, so then now that I've done that, I should be able to look at my inventory and see, okay, I've got a standard tire, so they want me to replace that. I think we're keeping the rims. They're, you know, they're certainly worn, 46%, but I think they just wanted the tires, new tires on it. So let's also take the other tire and split it apart, and we can order some tires. Some tires, some brake pads, and an air filter. Okay, now one of the other things that we need to do is, so there's this shopping list. You know, I don't know how useful this is going to be. Like, I think you add things to your shopping list that you want. But in general, what we want is, look at the inventory. We want brake pads. So if there's no real change in that. Brake pads. We want a 2-carb round air filter. And then the standard tires we want, this is where then you want to really be technical, is 215/75R15. So let's see if I can remember that. I assume that's also going to be all 4 tires, so I'll make sure that I get 4 of those. Maybe I'll do that first, because what I can do is, so I can go back here and go to the tire shop. So we just want a standard tire. Standard tire. Oh, here's where I put the amount of the stuff in here. Okay. So, I was hoping. Okay. I might need to look at that again. All right. So let's take a look inventory again. 215/75R15. Okay. Let's go size 15, right? That's R15. 215 profile 75. Right? I'm going to double check that one more time because 215/75R15. So, right, size 15, 215, 75, right? So I'll buy 4 of those. Boom. Let's just look at my inventory. 2015, perfect. That's the exact tire that I want. Okay, I also need brake pads, and I need a round air filter. So let's go in here. Let's go back to the main shop, I think is where we're going to find those. Oh, here's air filters right here. But it's probably under round air filter. So there's a few different ones. We want the 2-carb one. We just need one, so we got that. Let's go brake pads. Now it's pretty easy. 2 sets of those. Okay, so let's put those on. That should be fine. Go to my tire here. Let's put those on. Part mount. Brake pads. So we've got, yep, brake pads. Put the caliper back on. It's caliper and its cylinder. Put that on. And, oh, but we don't have the tires yet. Maybe I'll wait to put that one on, but we need to take we need to take these 2 tires off, get the tires off of their rims, loosen that one up, unscrew, right, because I've got all 4 tires, I might as well put all 4 tires in. Okay, perfect, so that one's off, one more tire to take off. Let's see here. Let's WD-40. Off. Get all these off. And I believe one of the skills that you have is that you can actually take that, you can actually make that process happen quickly based on your level. So, tire changer. Let's separate the other 2 tires first. Now we're going to have to then put one on and balance them, right? Do all of that together. So let's, okay, we got one more tire to take off. Perfect. All right, let's pick that up. Okay, so now what I should be able to do is now install. So I've got a rim, and then we've got a bunch of options for tires, but we want to put the new tires on. So here we go. Perfect. Okay, pick that up. And the other thing we need to do is balance the tire. So you take the tire and you put it in here. There's this little mini game. Adjust marker in a green area to balance. So you use the A and D to direct that in there. And hit space. Direct that back in there. And that's kind of what it does. It spins and tries to find balance in it, and perfect. So we take that off. So now we got to do that 3 more times. So let's do that again. But it's the same process over and over again. So how about I'm going to finish doing all of these here, and we'll come back and we'll put them on. And here we go. We have got the last tire done. So all 4 of them should be done and balanced, so we can now put them back on. Again, making sure that you're putting on the mounting here. Doesn't really matter. Ooh, a little Steam achievement pops up. And we tighten all the bolts. Now again, one of the interesting parts is if you've ever put on tires of your own and you're trying to tighten them up, they suggest that you tighten them up in a star pattern. Now, that's certainly not simulated in this game, but you can put them on in a star pattern like so, and it helps to kind of equally tighten the wheel as you put it on. So we've got 2 more to put on here. So I noticed that the game defaults to taking off parts. You have to kind of do an extra little click to make sure that you're putting parts on and not taking parts off. Okay, and so one more. Now this side we still hadn't put the brake pads on. So let's put the brake pads on and put the caliper on. And the caliper's got that and the cylinder. Perfect. Okay, and then put the tire on. Now, before we finish up, we can always check our car status. Again, I always forget you have to look at the car before you get to the pie wheel and see, okay, well, what else needs to be done? Oh, okay, we still haven't put the air filter in, but we have bought that, so that won't take a moment. We also have to then look for the fuel pump. Okay, we change the oil, and then there are some other tasks. Change the brake fluid, so drain, change the power steering fluid, refill the windscreen? That must be a difference between European or like British and North American, as I'm from Canada, but we say windshield, not windscreen. But anyways, let's go in here. Oh, I could probably just do that right now. Let's just take off the cap. Let's just fill this sucker up. It was right here. Why not? It was pretty convenient to get at, so. Now I wonder if they count that as full enough. I'll have to see. Do you count that as full enough? Perfect. Alright. Here's the brakes here. Oh. Can I not? How do I drain this? How do I drain this? Oh. Is that the fuel filter that they want me to take off? Was it a fuel filter? I can't remember. No, fuel pump. Okay. Alright, power steering, if I recall correctly. Here it is. Oh, right. What I can do is, I see. I remember now. You have to go to additional tools, drain. So let's drain this. There we go. We're draining the power steering fluid. Okay. Now what we can do is, oh, we're really nice and close up to it. Oh, no, I didn't want to take it out. Okay. Let's put the reservoir back in. Perfect. All I wanted to do was take the cap off so we can fill it back up. Here we go. So add fluid. We've got a nice little... There we go. Don't want to add any more than that. We're kind of a little bit over max, but that's okay. And that's what we have to do here. Okay. There, additional tools. Drain this. So draining our brake fluid. I wouldn't think it would be that color, but maybe so. All right. So now we don't want to unmount. I guess just taking the cap off, and add fluid in. Now this one's harder to see. I think like right at that lip. Yeah, it's right there. I think is where we want to be. So let's just double check that that was done properly. Did I overfill it? Is that why it's counting that it's not done? That's strange. Let's go take a look over it. Like if I put more... Oh, maybe that's kind of... Alright, I see what it's doing here. There's kind of a little light or kind of reflection happening there, so that wasn't at max. Alright, let's see if that's got it there. Perfect. Alright, so we just have to put the air filter in, and then we gotta find where the fuel pump is. Okay, so let's put the... Oh, I did it again. Part mount, put the base back on, and we want to put the air filter on. New air filter, doesn't that look snazzy? Put the cover back on. Okay, now, if I recall correctly, usually the fuel pump is closer to the fuel tank, and you can see it from below the engine. That's where I'm gonna make a guess on here. Where is the fuel tank? Or does it even simulate the fuel tank? Strange. Okay. So we don't really have a simulation of the fuel tank itself, but... okay, maybe I'll have to pull it back down, see if I can find something from the top here. Okay, can I see a fuel pump? That's the starter, gearbox, exhaust manifold. Okay, well, give me a second. I'm going to try to find where the fuel pump is here, because I can't seem to find it near the engine. So yeah, give me a little bit of time here, and I will come back when I have found said fuel pump. Alright, so welcome back. I didn't see the fuel tank. I'm sure some of you were probably screaming, "Go to the back of your car." So here is the fuel tank, and the fuel pump kind of sits kind of nestled in it, but I can access it from here. So I can pull that fuel pump out. Okay, that was, yeah. Okay, interesting. So I found it. Now I just want to make sure, okay, just a standard fuel pump. I did look it up in the computer just to see, well, what, maybe if I could get something from this visual, but yeah, I just had to go to the back of the vehicle, I guess, and take a look, and there it was. So if I go back to the fuel tank, and I put it in here, I can put in a new fuel pump. Perfect. So if I look at everything, if I look at the status of the car, all this stuff has been done. We changed the oil, we did all that, so we should be able to finish order. Perfect. Game saved. I wasn't even checking how much money I got for it, but I anticipate that I got a decent amount for it. Now I've got a bunch of stuff in my inventory that I would get rid of, but oh, what is this? Oh, what is... Do you want to open the case? Well, maybe I need to leave this for next time. So if you want to know what's in the case, certainly join me next time as I take a look and open this case up. See what's inside. Thank you so much for watching. I'm sure lots of you were yelling at me, figuring, okay, well, where is that fuel pump? But certainly, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoy this little series that I'm making. If you would like, please like and subscribe. This is a new channel, and so any likes and subscribes really help to build the channel up. So thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time.